Shalom, shalom, shalom. Rakatha Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. Peace, power, and many blessings to the Father of Light Yahweh, and to his beloved Son Yahweh Shai. Peace and power and blessings to the throne of King David, to the elect and to the sons and daughters of the kingdom. All praises due. I threw out a head buster yesterday to some of the brothers just to see if they could answer it. And we had a couple get it. Took a minute, but they got it. But I want to explain it today so nobody's left in the dark. Those of y'all out there that are in the body, you know, and in the house, rather, this first of you hearing it. So you don't have to be up toiling at night trying to decode the question, though. But this the head buster. I said, and I quote, why did Yahweh Shai, or why does Yahweh Shai refer to himself as the Son of Man? Right? And second part is, if Yahweh Shai is the Son of Man, you brothers out there, can you be a son of man? Yes or no? All right. So we're going to get into it. Get a couple of precepts. This is Luke 7:34. This is when the Pharisees was, messing with Yahweh Shai. He said, the Son of Man is come, eating and drinking, and you say, behold, a gluttonous man and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. Luke 9:22, saying, the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be slain, and be raised the third day. Luke 9:26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he shall come in his own glory, and in his Father's, and of the holy angels. All right. Luke 9:44. Let these sayings sink down into your ears, for the Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of men. Luke 9:56. For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. And they went to another village. All right. Luke 9:58. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. All right. So I think y'all get the gist. Okay. So why does he call himself the Son of Man? All right. Now, in order to get that, let's go to Genesis chapter 1. Starting at verse 1. In the beginning, power created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of power moved upon the face of the waters. And power said, let there be light, and there was light. And power saw the light, that it was good, and divided the light from the darkness. All right. So that's the first thing he did, was divide the light from the darkness. Y'all get that? Fly is irritating me, y'all. Now, if you notice, in chapter 1, the word they put was God. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. All right. So it's big G, little OD. So that's not God the Father. I've explained this many times. These are the angels. All right. These are the angels being led by the chief angel, Yahweh Shai. All right. These are the ones that created everything. See? These are the ones that created everything. Now, let's drop it on down. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And God said, let us, plural, not singular. This is Yahushua and the angels. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 27. So God, right, Yahushua and the angels, created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. Now, where do we get the proof of that at? Let's go to St. John chapter 1. Verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was there not anything made that was made. Why? Because God, or Yahushua, and the angels are servants. They're the ones that constructed this whole earth and did everything. The Father does nothing. All right? It was Yahushua and the angels that did that. Okay? Now let's go back to Genesis chapter 1. All right. Now look at verse 28. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is fruit, the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, to every creeping thing upon the earth wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. All right. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. Right? And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. Now let's go back up to verse 2. He said, and on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he hath made. All right. That was not talking about the Father. Right? Wasn't talking about the Father. Let's go to well, we got Matthew 12 and 8, Mark 2 and 28. I'll say Luke 6 and 5. Let's hit that one. All right. You know what? Screw it. Let's start at verse 3. Luke 6 and 3. And Yahushua answering them said, have you not read so much as this what David did when himself was hungry, and they which were with him? Verse 4. And how he went into the house of the power, and did take and eat the showbread, and gave also to them that were with him, which is not lawful to eat, but for the priests alone. Only the priests were supposed to eat the showbread. All right, look at verse 5. Here's the meat. And he said unto them that the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. Well, why does it say that? Well, let's go back to Genesis. Chapter 2, verse 1. Thus saith the heavens, Salak, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. Verse 2. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. Look at verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. See, so that wasn't God the Father. That was Yahushua and the angels. All right. Don't believe me? Let's go back to chapter 1 real quick. All right. And we're going to look up what the word God means. All right. It means Elohim. Elohim. Right? See there? Elohim, right? Now, if we go up, look what it says. It says right here, plural, not singular. So that can't be the Father, right? And look who it says. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, all right? Gods, see? That's what it's talking about. So it wasn't God the Father. Now, let's go on back. Chapter 2. All right. Verse 3. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created. All right. Now, let's drop it on down to verse 7. Now things change. Now we know who it's talking about. Look at verse 7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. Now that's the Father, right? And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So, Yahushua, aka Adam, all right, aka Adam, is the first living soul. All right. Now, when he became a living soul, that means that later on during the timeline, he was going to come through again. All right. And when he came through again, he became a son to that first Adam, which makes him the Son of Man. And what qualifies him to be a man? He has the breath of life in him. Yeah. That's what qualifies you to be a son of man. All right? Let me get a precept. First Corinthians chapter 15. All right? Verse 42. Now, let me see. Do I need to start up a little more? All right, let's start at verse 39. 1 Corinthians 15 and 39. Now, this is to all you in here that don't believe in what they call reincarnation. All right, it's actually called regeneration, meaning that you lived before, okay, you died and you came back. I can't get nobody to believe that. The only way you believe that, man, is if the Most High, through his beloved Son, opens your spiritual eyes and ears to hear that this is the way things go. You've been here before. All of y'all have been here before. Okay? Same way Yahushua was here before. He was here before as Adam. After he died, he came back later on during the timeline. All right? He came back as Isaac. No, not Isaac. He came back as Solomon. He came back as Yahushua. Okay? Now, let me read something to y'all. 1 Corinthians 15:1. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, another of birds. 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. Celestial is out in the heavens. Terrestrial is here on earth. Terra. That's where you get the word terra from. Terrestrial. Earth. All right. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another one. So you got angels, all right, and then you have terrestrial mortal men, which is the condition that we're in right now. 41. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star different from another star in glory. All right. So the Most High don't do nothing the same. Verse 42. Now listen. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption and raised in incorruption. Now, that means that with Yahushua, he was sown in corruption as Adam, and then when he came back as Yahushua, he was raised incorruptible. That's how he was able to live his life without sin. All right? He was tempted in all points, yet without sin. Verse 43. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first Adam was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. What does that mean? After Adam came back as Yahushua, he died on the cross for the sins of Israel. He came to his own, and his own received him not. He's not Lord to Judah. He's not a king to Judah. All right? What he is your big brother. He's not your Lord. Judah worships the Father only. So when Yahushua came, what did he do? He talked to you as a big brother. Do this, do that. And in the regeneration, all right, I'm going to wake you up to the truth. I'm going to wake you up to be able to understand what these scriptures say. And if you don't understand it, if you don't understand what these scriptures mean after they're taught to you in spirit and in truth, like I'm giving to you right now, then you do not belong to the Son. You can't be in the house and you don't understand these scriptures. You got to understand regeneration. You got to understand resurrection of the dead. You got to understand all of that. And if you don't, you are outside of the body. That's why these scoffers get mad when you tell them that. But I'm showing you line upon line, precept upon precept. His name ain't no fucking Jesus. You can think that all you want. You are outside of the body and you a fucking heathen. All right? You got to be Judah or Israel to get this. Nobody else. You get a precept. All right, let's go to Psalms 147 and 20. You know what? Salat, verse 19. Psalm 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So you can call yourself a Christian, Catholic, whatever you want to call yourself. He didn't show his word to you. All right? That's why you run around looking dumb, saying stupid ass shit that don't make no sense. All right? Now, can a man be a son of man? Yeah, he can. All right? Yeah, he can. Let me get another precept. Go to Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak to thee. Ezekiel 2 and 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Ezekiel 2 and 6. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. All right? Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they are a rebellious house. All right? So, why did he call Ezekiel son of man? Because, all right, let's get another precept. Romans 8 and 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. All right? So, Yahushua was just the firstborn among many brethren. All right? Now, what was his job? His job was to wake us up in these end times to where we can understand. He gives us the power to understand these scriptures like no other. All you got to do is hear it, and he gave you a spirit to be able to decode it and translate it so that your spirit can understand. 1 Corinthians 15:45. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. He quickens you. He touches you spiritually so that you can understand this truth. If you can understand this truth, you belong to him. Let's go to 1 John 1 and 12. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me see. So look, now 1 John, the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 11. Let me see. All right, verse 7. St. John 1 and 7. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. See, through Yahushua is how you believe. If the Yahushua don't know you, he is not going to allow you to understand this. Verse 8. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. Yahushua came to bear witness of the Father himself. Verse 9. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Verse 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. That's the whole lot right there. Look at verse 11. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. Verse 12. But as many as received him, all right, as many as received him, meaning you had to believe on him during the time he was here, or through his apostles, or through his disciples. But as many as received him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name, which were born and not of the blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Right? So it was up to Yahushua. This is why you can't just run around loosely talking about, oh yeah, man, I'm a Christian. I'm in the body. Yeah. Jesus knows me. First of all, that ain't his name. If you can't understand these simple things that I'm breaking down to you and accept them, because it's the truth, you're not in the body, man. You're not. You either somebody that rejected Yahushua when he was here, or, all right, you a heathen. Now, the scripture said, let us make man in our image. Yeah. All these heathens, if you're not Judah or Israel, and not just being Judah or Israel, you have received, all right, the Son in order to become a son. You have to receive him. You have to have received him in order to be called Son of Man. That's why Ezekiel was called Son of Man. All right? Daniel, Son of Man. Jeremiah, Son of Man. All of them. All of them. Because those were the prophets that had the breath of life. All right? In them. If you don't have the breath of life in you, you can't call yourself Son of Man. I know you don't like it. All right? I know you don't like it. But it ain't about what you like. It's about what it is. Romans 3:3. And what if some don't believe? Shall that make the faith of the power of no effect? God forbid. You ain't got to believe it for it to be true. It's true. Just gave it to you. See? There's many things in this word that these scoffers don't believe. They didn't believe we was going to end up where we at now. Y'all see what's happening in this world? And this world getting ready to be toast. Right? I got another video coming up after this one. All right? But any of y'all out there that was in a mystery, you brothers out there, if you was in a mystery of who the Son of Man is and why he called himself that, well, now you know. He was the firstborn of many brethren. So because you brothers are in here, you know the word, all right? And you live the word. Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only. Because you do that, he gave you the power to become a son. You northern kingdom, what does that mean for you? Well, this is why you're called elect. You were divorced. But through election, you're brought back under Yahushua, not the Father, under Yahushua. So that's your election. All right? So, I pray that this message has been edifying. All right? Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Amashak Yahushai. Peace and power to the Father of lights, Yahweh, the Son of the kingdom, Yahushai, the throne of King David, sons and daughters, and the elect of Israel. It's your King and Shepherd KD, and I'll see y'all on the next go round. KD out. Shalom.